Right. Okay. So I think.
Hello.
Hello, it's David. Hello, David.
Hello. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well.
Good.
Hello, world.
Who's that? I can't see everybody. I don't know if anyone else can see.
If you scroll the thing along the bottom of the screen, I think you can.
Oh, right, bottom of it.
Right. Okay. Well, I think we've now got everyone who said they're going to be online. So just a bit of an introduction. I'm Simon Loveseer, Sail Racer. I think I know a few of your names. I've seen you at some of our events and things like the Sail Winter Series. Joined by James Ripley. So James is our virtual race officer, but I'm pleased to say that we got him here in real life. And we got Jeff King, who I think you all know.
I've actually lost everybody now. Oh, no, I'm back again. I'm back. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So I know, Jeff, you could perhaps say a few words of introduction from the class.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for those who are entering this weekend. It's been great. We've got now 17 entries, which is fantastic. I have a trophy that actually I produced myself, which I'll show you on the Tuesday night after the event.
Okay.
Because I don't think there's any way of me showing it at the moment.
All right. Well, unless you can hold it up.
I will, but I can't see myself on the iPad I've got, so I can't even see where the camera is.
Okay. Well, we can see.
Maybe just scroll along a bit. If you press the plus.
I was going to say I can only see 5 people as well.
I can only see one person at a time.
You can scroll along at the bottom.
I did that.
Right, here we are.
Where's that?
Yeah,
You're on an iPad. You're on an iPad.
I'm on an iPad, yeah.
If you press the plus symbol at the bottom, then you can scroll left to right and see little pictures of everybody.
Oh, I can see along the bottom now. Yeah, I can see.
You can't see everybody at once, though, Jeff.
No,
okay.
I can
put the trophy now. Then anyway, all right, 1 minute. Stay there.
Okay. So I think we've got 14 online. So James and I will take you through the sort of the format and things. Oh, very good.
This is what you will be sailing from.
Okay.
Good. Nice.
So it'd be good to have a picture of that, actually, Jeff. So we
That's
can
very
post
good,
it on social media.
Okay, we'll do that, certainly, yeah.
Good. So we'll talk you through the format and give you a chance to ask questions. It may be easier to put the questions in the chat box. I don't know if you're all familiar with that. You can see your chat box.
Yeah.
Down the bottom, and then we'll try and deal with them as we go along, and then bring you in as we go through. So a bit of background on the format. This came about obviously due to COVID cancelling everything and trying to get events off the ground, and we realised we could perhaps make use of the technology in our GPS tracking to effectively host events sort of on a autonomous semi-remote basis. And we've now run probably over 100 of these events across different clubs. We did something similar with the solo class. We saw 24 clubs there, and basically people just competing at different clubs, taking the results off the GPS tracking and merging them together. So fundamentally, it's sort of racing the clock, but because we're collecting a lot of data, we can start to compare those races. So that sort of all sort of helps and get some sort of a comparison going. Right. So presumably everyone can see my screen. Can we just check that?
Yep.
Sort of showing that. So yeah, great to see 10 clubs. Great, and a cross section of locations. It was interestingly, Jeff was saying that, and we saw this with a bit of solo, that some of the sort of perhaps obvious people haven't sort of entered, and we've seen some new names coming in. So that's good to see. So
I was telling Simon I was very surprised that we had got no one from Wimbledon sailing, given that they're the biggest club in the country with K1s. But I believe Simon, you said one might be joining us later.
Yeah, we got one joined us. We'll see if we can get the app out to them and see if they can do that. Because obviously get trackers. So still chance to people come in on their phones. So if you know anyone who perhaps should be here, we can perhaps try and get them in over the next day or so. But great to see a great sort of spread of clubs, and I think that's sort of obviously a testament to the sort of the class, I think, isn't it, in terms of the geographic spread. Right, so moving on. So I think everyone should have received their trackers now. I've had a quick look at you.
Yes, got mine. Yeah.
So really, if you're not familiar with the technology, it's relatively simple. You should be charged up, but when you charge it up, it switches on. I've seen a few go on, and you should see some lights flashing and so forth. the key one is the blue light coming on, which is the satellite light. Show you've sort of got a connection. So if you can switch that on when you're doing your races, I think most of the races are going on Sunday, except I think Frencham are going on Saturday, aren't they? I think, Hilly.
That's right.
I think you've been overtaken by the terrors, I think I heard.
That's absolutely true. And they are terrors.
The terrorists. So it doesn't really matter. We can sort of take the results. So basically, before you go afloat, just make sure the tracker's on, and then strap it to your mast relatively near the boom. So the important thing is getting a clear signal up to the sky, so it gets the signal coming through. So one of the things that we'll talk about further about the sort of the actual course sort of to sail. Now, realise things are flexible here, and we've got some big open venues like Datchet and Rutland, and then Lyme Regis, and then we've got smaller rivers like Tewkesbury, where Jeff and a few are sailing. So,
can I stop you 1 minute and ask you a question about the tracker?
Yeah.
Is the battery long enough for us to leave it on all day once it's switched on?
Yeah. It should last about 12, 14 hours. So unless you plan to be out there in the dark.
That's fantastic. Okay, carry on. Sorry. Yeah.
So if you just charge it up the day before, when you put it on charge, you see the red light flashing. When it's charged, it stops flashing.
We don't have to keep switching it off in between races and things.
No. The whole idea is basically you just leave it on all day, and that's it. So it just
thank you.
Right. So this is not really so relevant to sort of most of it. James will explain at a moment to it, but we do need some sort of course set. Because basically it's a timed sort of run between waypoints effectively. So we need to have an idea that you're going up and down. So on the river, I don't know, do you have fixed marks, Jeff, on the river? Or?
Yes, effectively we do, yes.
Yeah. So you go between 2 marks or whatever, and that gives us 2 reference points to sort of take you there. The ideal course is a sort of trapezoidal course. I don't know if anyone's here for Datchet. I think this is possibly the Datchet Flyer. A sort of, which gives, James will talk about it here, but gives a good sort of balance between up and down, reaching and running. And so in terms of comparing data, that gives probably the fairest sort of outcome, but appreciate most of you won't go there. I don't know if you want to say anything about the sort of the course setting, James?
Well, you've kind of covered it mainly. I think the key is just to get as close to a balance of up and down winds as you can. Obviously, I appreciate for some venues that might be easier than others. This course you can see on the screen is sort of an example course, which you can find in the sailing instructions. So this is an example course that gives a good balance of legs, but it's really what, doing the best you can with the venue you've got. It's just trying to get the best balance of, if one venue is just sort of reaching along, obviously that's going to sort of slightly skew the results somewhat. So we want to really get a nice balance of beating and running and a bit of reaching in there as well. But it's just doing the best you can, really.
Yeah. And the important thing is you're going between points, really. I think that's the, and everyone's going between the same points on your course, really. So so I think there's 3 of you at Tewkesbury, isn't there, Jeff? So you'll be
yeah, that's right.
I mean, I think a lot of people, and we've had this with solos, will probably run this as a club race. I don't know if that's going to happen for most of you.
Yeah, we are certainly.
If there's a club race happening, just join the club race, really, and we'll take the time off that. So the idea is you don't sort of change the things too much. So James has kindly produced some sailing instructions. They're now on the website where you can sort of see them. More just to have something down. I don't know if you want to sort of just talk through some of the highlights, James. Or...
Yeah, it's just really to cover sort of the format of the event, just have some rules down. There's quite a bit which covers the course setting and just really about the importance of trying to have a balance of legs. So if you could have a quick look over it, that'd be really useful. But there's nothing too much, because obviously you're effectively running your own events at the various locations. There's not too much. It's too restrictive in the SIs. So it really allows you to do whatever you want to your own venue.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on. So I sent out to the club leagues, and I appreciate there's obviously some overlaps here, the details of the app. I don't know if anyone's had a chance to look at that.
Yeah.
and download it. This is really where we're trying to sort of record some of the course sort of details. So you basically need to enter your admin code, which gives you right access to your races, and then when you go in, you see effectively the facility of putting in your own race times. So what we need to know is the sort of the start of the race window and the end of it. Now there is the opportunity with this system to use something that we call a sort of open starts. Again, this wouldn't apply if you're doing a club race, but what some people do is they open the course window for say an hour and a half, and basically people just go out on the course, and when you cross what you've set as the start line, the clock starts, and then when you do the laps, you count the number of laps, and then when you cross the sort of the finish line, it sort of automatically stops. So that applies if really you just want people to go out on their own and just sort of do a sort of time run, and that was actually more relevant when we had a lot of social distancing issues where actually you couldn't have more than a few people out on the race course anyhow, and this allowed them to sort of stagger their starts and everything. But the important thing is if you can let us know really when you sort of started the race in terms of the club lead. That's not when necessarily individuals started the lead. It's when sort of say Jeff as the club lead deemed that the Tewkesbury race started and when it sort of finished and what was the sort of course that you were sailing. And then we're trying to understand that. If you get a chance, you can actually ping the course. And interestingly, we've seen some quite wacky ways of doing this. People going out on canoes and things like that and pinging the course behind it. You could actually sail the course if you want. I know Richard left in his H2, went round and sailed the course in a sort of 20 knots, I think, and managed to ping it, basically hanging on the buoys and basically pinging it around the phone, which gave us more details. But don't worry too much if you can't do it. We'll work it out. Any sort of questions on that part of it?
Yeah, I might be being a bit limited here, Simon. Sorry. Where will I find the admin code?
On the app, let me get it up.
There's a link on the email, isn't there?
Yes,
Sorry.
Sorry?
The admin code for Tewkesbury, where do I find that?
Oh, okay. You should have got an email. You obviously didn't get an email.
Okay, I'll look for that.
So basically, there were some emails went out with the specific codes for your club. So that just sort of locks into it, and then you enter that. But yes, if anyone has an issue, if you want to come back to me sort of later, but basically that allows you to gain access to your race management facility.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Any other sort of questions on the race management society?
So we have to take our phones with us on the water then, do we? Or can we just
no.
and then leave it?
The phone is really to do the race management side. So you're using the dedicated tracker, your little black box that you were sent. So that's what you're tracking on the race. The race management is basically to put the times in and the course possibly.
Okay. Yes, but if you wanted to ping the course, would you have to take your phone around with you?
Well, if you wanted to ping the course, you'd have to take the phone with you or do it before and after. So you're from Rutland, I think, aren't you, Dave?
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
You got fixed marks there, haven't you?
We have. Yes. Yes. Have you got a record of those?
I don't think I have, unfortunately. We've got Frencham actually.
I know you have. That's right. I was just going to say that. That's fabulous, actually. So it saves me a job.
Yeah. So the solo boys managed to go and record all the boys in there. Is there a record of their long and lats, Dave? The Rutland boys?
Well, for Rutland, no, I don't think there is. And they may. See, I wouldn't know the course until about 10 minutes before the race is due to start, so I couldn't possibly go around and ping it before it starts.
Right. Okay. Well, but it'd be around the fixed boys, will it? Presumably.
Yes.
Well, if you write the course in or just send it me,
yeah,
I'll work it out from the chart because there'll be a Rutland chart somewhere, won't there?
There will be. Yes. I suppose I could sail around and ping it after the race is finished, could I?
Well, yeah, that's right. It doesn't have to be done in sequence, so you could actually do that bit afterwards, or I should be able to reverse engineer it from everyone's tracks.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So Presumably, we sell reasonably close to the marks. We should be able to work out where
Well, yeah. Not normally most people do, hopefully, but because I think there's
Okay.
3 of you, isn't there, at Rutland? So,
3. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we get a bit of a consensus of where the course was. But if you let me know it's like A, B, C, D or whatever, I could probably find the Rutland chart from Matt or something like that.
Yeah. So I think there's a Rutland chart on the website, but there wouldn't be exact latitude and longitude because they may move slightly, mightn't they? But I suppose it'd be near enough for you, I suppose.
Yeah, it's sort of a reasonable approximation. But yeah, you could, if you want, go and ping the course afterwards.
Right.
Okay. The
We'll
beauty
see how
is
I get on.
the data's there, forever, sort of thing. So Sunday night we can start to sort of refine it a bit or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, stay tiny from Oxford. I might have to ping the course afterwards. Yeah.
So which course? Where are you from? Sorry.
Oxford.
Oxford, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 3K ones where we are, but I'm the only one racing this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll have to ping the course afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
or similarly, is there a chart available on the website? Or?
I don't know if there is or not. I see I'll find one. And our races are pursuit races, so my race will only be something like it's an hour race, and I leave 13 minutes after the start, so I'll be racing for about 47 minutes.
Okay, well, we should be able to work out what time you started, yeah, and then what time you sort of finished. We basically need at least 2 reference points. That's the key thing. It doesn't have to be mega accurate. We can sort of work it out.
Simon, you did the sail race at Oxford, didn't you? So you would have a record of those anyway.
No, that was a late course.
Oh, right.
Okay. So we haven't got there, but actually we're building up libraries and more clubs, So in a way it could be quite a good exercise of sort of collecting some of those marks. But as Dave said, they're not necessarily fixed each year, are they? I think they put them out and sort of change them. But good. Okay. What's the sort of next bit of the screen? And the other thing, it'd be good if people sort of take some pictures and things like that. So we did some quite good stuff with the solos. So anyone's got any GoPros or just get sort of photos launching and things like that, or friends and families or whatever.
And then send them to yourself.
Yeah, and we'll sort of compile a bit of a report on it. Just nice to have some sort of visuals of it. Obviously, we get lots of data, top speed and things like that, but nice to sort of see the sort of conditions. It'd also be good. There is actually an option in the app to record the wind speed and direction. Again, sort of optional because we can pick that up from weather stations, but again, it helps us consolidate some of the results in terms of comparing, different venues to each other.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Next screen. Again, maybe not so relevant, but there is an option for club leads to sort of check the results in the system. So you basically get the results sort of come up. So particularly, say if you like a club race or something like that. So in the app, from a race management point of view, you get the results coming through. And if you want to sort of update them, you can sort of tweak them. But yeah, again, not necessarily compulsory to do that, but useful to know the features there.
Yeah, so I mean, Michael publishes your lap time and your average lap time, things like that, but that might not be several days afterwards. So I can probably get that data from the race results because they do give you your average lap time.
Well, that's right. So we're measuring basically your finish time, your number of laps you did, when you started, so what time across the line, things like that. So yes, if the results aren't coming out instantly, we can perhaps sort of compare that. But they presumably put them up in the clubhouse, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So perhaps take a picture of the results sheet or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Publish that.
Simon, at the risk of sounding thick, when you're putting the details into the Sail Racer app, presumably you could do that after the race rather than before the race.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It rightly says you might not know the course until 10 minutes beforehand, and that way you can say what time it actually started, just in case there's a
Yeah,
leak or-
that is the beauty of the system.
Yeah.
If you're not setting the race because you're in a club race because
Yeah.
you're a part of that, you can just put the details in afterwards, and we're putting it there. This was more that if you were the race officer and determining some of these things,
Okay.
and sort of setting it up. So yeah, the system is pretty flexible and can take sort of pre and post sort of thing. Okay.
For the finish time of the race, do you put in the finish time of the last boat if it's a club race, or the finish time of the last K1?
Well, we're only going to be tracking the K1, so it would be the K1 that you want to record. So this determines the tracking window. So you'll be able to watch the race. You don't want the race going on forever. If everyone finished at 2:30, that's or the last boat finished at 2:30.
Yeah. So with the time that the first K1 starts roughly, and then the time the last K1 finishes.
Yeah.
The race time.
Yeah, that's right. You could put a bit of tolerance on it. So it just means it's like a video. You don't want to be watching hours of sort of nothing. So you're just trimming the video.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. What is that all?
I can't hear you. I can't hear them.
Sorry, couldn't hear that.
Sorry, I said if that's all. If there's any questions.
I think it's going to be fabulous. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So say we've got 70 entrants, 70 entrants.
No,
17. No, 17. Okay, right. I thought it was a bit hard. Well, so that's not a bad entry list, though, is it? I mean,
Very good.
very
I think
good,
we
yeah.
have loads of fun.
Yeah, and from 10 clubs as well. So I think that's a good spread of the class.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it makes some good sort of messages. So yeah, well, we look forward to seeing you out there. As I say, if you can send any sort of pictures or anything like that, we'll try and compile a little report after that.
Right.
The plan is to meet up on Tuesday at this sort of time, have a bit of a drink in our virtual bar, and present the trophy.
So we all meet again on Tuesday, do we then, or not?
Yeah.
Tuesday, same time.
Yeah, sort of a set of a Zoom sort of thing. But yeah, if there's any pictures to show, it'd be great, so we can sort of share those and any little stories. So, the idea is we'll write up a little report between us to go out to Yachts and Yachting and social media and the like.
Simon, I'm having problems setting up. Yeah, do you want to do that afterwards?
Yeah. Do you want to stay on the line and then?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah.
If I could ask Simon, Nick Hoskins, I'm not quite sure how you level the playing field when, as you say, you've got someone out at Lyme Regis who can be sailing in a force 4, but then you've got us at Tewkesbury who are sailing in a force 2 up down a river.
Okay, so well,
this seem to be so totally different.
This is the magic of data, but it might not be completely magic. But what we're doing is that we have the data of all the legs and the performance and the wind and things like that. So we basically work out a performance rating for the course. So we can effectively see that you are going slower at Tewkesbury, than Lyme Regis. So effectively, you'll get a nice boost in your handicap to push you up. We tracked, I know a few of you did the Sailjuice Winter Series where we have about 1,000 sort of entries across the winter. We tracked all their races this year. So we've got about 20 races and we've been comparing, and they range from about 1 knot to 40 knots, I think, at Rutland. I don't know if there are any K1s. I think Simon Hawkes was there. I don't know if anyone from here was there. But we had a massive range of wind conditions and venues. And we've actually finding that for the sailors that did it all, the performance index is pretty much the same across the different venues and so forth. So the data is building up, and the more data we get, the better it gets. So effectively, we're getting to a situation a bit like running and cycling, where we can compare different sort of different conditions and different venues. But I'd hold my hand up and say it's never going to be 100% accurate, but it will give us something. And we saw with the solos a good spread across the different venues. So I think we're getting close. So Basically, someone from Tewkesbury could win, Nick.
Jeff,
I hope so.
as long as Hilly doesn't come up, we'll be all right.
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Yeah, thank you for your efforts, Simon.
Okay,
That's very
so
good. That's
if anyone wants to
excellent.
stay on who's maybe having issues with the app, I perhaps can go through things now. And otherwise, we'll see you out the weekend, and we'll regroup on Tuesday. But I think everyone, hopefully, you've got my details if you want to get in contact with me separately.
So
Good luck.
7 o'clock Tuesday then.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. If you
Thank you.
or for
Bye.
those who want to go off.
Bye.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Right.
Hello.
Hello.
So I'm going to go through the app if anyone wants.
Yeah.
So who said
Simon?
they had issues?
Yeah.
It's me, David.
David, right. Okay. Let me try. Sorry, I need to let me see if I can share the app on my screen. iPhone app.
The interesting is how do you ping the marks? Because I could go out on Saturday in the rescue boat and go and ping all the marks at Oxton.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just try and bear with me.
The wind conditions on Sunday is not favourable for me.
In it?
With the
What's the
gust
forecast?
It's nice. It's 15 mile an hour. I don't mind. It's the 28 mile an hour gusts that keep coming through.
Okay, that doesn't sound good. Whereabouts are you? So?
Oxton Sailing Club. That's
Right.
up. It's a great boat though. Downwind is fine, but it's upwind in those sort of gusts.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Sounds right. Hang on. Let me just. Sorry. I'm just going to see if I can share my phone on the screen. It's got the right connection.
I can share my app because I've got the app on my iPad.
Okay. You can share it to this screen, can you?
I think we should have a go. We'll give it a go, can't we?
I'll just see if I can share it. Right. Let me just see if I can share it to this screen. Hang on. Screen sharing. There we go. Right. Have you got my? Is that my? Can you see my screen? My phone?
Yeah, I can. Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
Simon.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's Guy. I've got the test flight up. Do I just go through all the commands to get to this position?
You should be. You should have had a link for test. Have you got test flight installed? Have you?
Yeah, but when I go to it, it comes up with no apps available.
Right. So there was a link in the email.
All right, the invitation code, is that what I need?
Yeah. So if you've got test flight installed, if you then click that link, it should automatically go into the test version.
All right.
Right. So someone was asking about pinging the course, weren't they?
Yeah, me.
Right. So let me just. So the first thing is if I put the course in, so I write the course 1, 2, 3, say, with a space, yeah?
Yeah.
And then if I then say update the course, and builds the race for you, and then I get this screen.
Oh, right. So you got to do it. I've got to do it. Yeah. Okay. So you put the course in, and then you put the long and then go.
Well, that's in that scenario, and then I can come in, then click on it, and it will then. If I click on the GPS icon,
Yep.
It's picking up those courses. Obviously, it's all the same for that.
Yep.
And I can put it on a map and then see that where it is. I can actually, if I go back to manage screen, if I've got fixed buoys,
Yep.
I can add them to my library.
Okay, so that's what I'll probably go and do is put the fixed buoys into the library.
Yeah. So what a lot of people do, they just went round sort of a day or so before and mapped out all their boys.
Yep.
And then just sort of same sort of principle, just sort of save it and so forth, and then you can use that pre sort of hand. So it's either build the course 1, 2, 3, and then just ping them as you go round, or build a library. The beauty of the library is obviously you can once you've got it there, you can just keep reusing it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think I might go down on the Saturday, nick one of the rescue boats, and go and do the course.
Yeah.
Do all the boys. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that'll be good. Okay. So,
The only thing is we have a couple of movable buoys, yeah. So I'll have to treat them on that. I'll do them on the day if we use them.
Yeah. You can basically just ping those. So just put them as a not in the library really, and just ping it as you get closer.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
So how do you?
Yeah. Simon.
Yeah. Okay. Ian. Yep. Okay, Ian. Was that Ian?
Yeah. A couple of things, Simon. I don't seem to have had an email with the app or the admin code. Do you want to? I've just had the one.
Right. Okay. Well, were you down as the club lead? I can't remember.
I don't know. Will we be asked to put a club lead?
Yeah. I think Jeff's gone now, hasn't he? But Jeff gave me a list of people in each club.
Right. So it might have been Mike Beckett. Is it possible to put? Is it possible to give me a copy? Because
yeah, that's no problem. As long as only one of you does it. But so okay. I'll send you the. I haven't got the details of who I send it to, but it was off a list that Jeff provided. Yeah. But I'll send you the code for that shit. Yeah.
That would be good. So then we just fill in the app for all 3 boats. Then is that right? Or
no.
Does each individual?
The boats have been entered already against your tracker that you were sent. Yeah.
That you got, yes. Right. Okay.
This is just for one of you to set the course and put the race times in. So you only one of you needs to do that by club. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Fine. Because I was going to say one of our members doesn't even have a smartphone, so that's.
That's why everyone's got a tracker basically. So we're not using the app to do the tracking. We're just using the app to do any race management sort of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, and where do I find the app, Simon? Because
that'll be in the email. What sort of phone have you got? What phone have you got, Ian?
I've got an Android Blackview.
Okay, so you'll get a link and basically just download it from there. It is in the Android Play Store if you look for Sail Racer tracking app or something like that. But regardless, you'll need this code because without the code, you won't be able to do any race management stuff.
Right. Okay.
So Simon, I was trying to do it via my iPad, yeah, which has got, and I've gone to that settings trade, yeah. I've got seen the tracking interval 5, yeah.
Yeah.
The tracking code's blank.
Right. Okay. So basically, you go to that page, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you click on race admins.
Hang on.
See this little arrow by race admins?
Yeah, hang on. I'm just see your screen for a minute. I'm just got it off screen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't got a tracking code iOS.
Oh no, that's my code. Don't worry about that.
Okay, right. So I went to race admins, put in what I thought was the tracking code. Yeah.
Yes, it should have been K1 something or other.
K1.OGS, and I put that in, and it didn't do anything.
What was it? K1
1-OGS. I think it's capital O and then GS in small caps.
Like that? Oops, no, not like that.
Like that, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then you should then get the manage button at the bottom.
Right. Hang on, let's just while you're there. Let me go quickly while you're there, yeah. So admin thing, put in the code. Come on. I don't think I like technology, but yeah.
It should tell you if it's wrong, but it probably doesn't tell you if it's right, which is probably a bit of a flaw.
Yeah. Well, hang on to just having a bit of a little IT problem. K1-OGS. K1-OGS. Okay. Go to manage. Oh,
And you should.
Yep, got manage. It's up. Okay.
Right. So that you then get this. You get this. Then if you press race management, you should get the list of your races, like that.
Hang on, I'm tripping through one screen to another. Hang on. Zoom. Right. And you add your races in there, do you?
Yeah, you should get a list. Did you get a list? You should. Yeah. Well, actually, I've got your races here. I'm on your account.
Race management. Yeah, there's 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I put 3 in just to cover all possibilities.
Yeah, we have 3 races that day.
You do? Okay. Well, there you go. I guess right. Okay. Although I got 2 of them set at 11 o'clock, so that's a bit wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, one's at 12 o'clock, one's at 2 o'clock, and the other one happens around about 3:30.
Okay. So if you click on R1 in your menu and whatever.
Yeah, doing it now.
You should then get the details for that race.
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, I do. So I can change that.
You can change that now, really, if you want.
How do you edit?
So if you click on the 11,
yeah, it's not letting me do. That's it.
You should then get a scroll bar
down at the bottom. Now, as I'm doing pursuit racing, my race time will be 12. My start time will be 12:13.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Put 12:13 down. I mean, if you did an open start, it would record you when you went through the line.
Right.
So you see, you got an option there for open start.
Open start. Yeah.
What that means is the clock will start when you cross the line. It's actually quite good for pursuit races. So if we had multiple classes in this race, it would record when the K1 went through, when the solar went through, when the laser went through.
Right. And so the start line is going to be the one interesting one, because the start line could be in the middle of the lake. We do gate starts.
Okay. Well, we'll need to work out that somehow, but it may be you send me a little drawing of it if need be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, ideally, you'll go and ping a start line, but if you can't, don't worry.
Yeah, if I can go. What I'll do is I'll take the rest. I'll take out, like I said, I can go into the rescue boat, ping start line on my iPad. Yeah. And do it that way, so we get them best. Do that after the event if I have to. I don't really want to take my iPad out on the water.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, the beauty of the system is it collects all the data.
Yep.
And then we can retrospectively sort of clean the race up to sort of get the times off it.
Okay.
It may be I can sort of adjust things at my end if it looks wrong. So the more information you can give me, the better.
Okay. I know I know it, and I know the end rate, the end result of the week. It all depends on it. Everyone's got the same time, isn't it? But yeah, close enough.
I mean, the better we can get this, the more accurate we can get in comparing things.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, sounds like you're in the app now, and you can sort of
got the race.
But yeah, you get it primed sort of before the event with the rough details, and then adjust it afterwards.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Anyone else got any other questions?
No, I think that's fine.
You didn't save it.
I haven't saved it, no.
No, I didn't save it when I was just telling it. So how do I contacting server?
Okay.
11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. It didn't actually save the data.
Didn't it? Oh, okay.
Right. So I do 12 to 1. I'll probably go done.
Did you do update race at the bottom?
I did update race, and it goes no course set.
Okay. You need to put a course in.
So course, I need to put some boys in, don't I? Because I've got
just put. You could put 1 as just a holding position if you want, or 1 and 2.
You must set up this race to find a course. How do I find a course then?
You go into that box there, course.
Course definition.
Where it's have you got to course? You've done it then, have you?
No, it's, as it says, you must set up the race and define its course.
Okay,
before-
so you click on the course box, so near the top of the screen.
near the top of the screen. Let's look at you. Got it on show. Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, if you have a look.
Zoom. Oh, I see. There. Okay.
So you then type 1 space 2 whatever.
Oh, got it. 1 space 2. Yeah. And then press update race. Yeah.
Yeah.
Updating race. Right.
Does that get you to the course definition page? I
That
can't
gives
get
me
it.
the longitude and latitude of all the marks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Which I
fine.
can-
So
That's it.
yeah,
And I can go and ping the marks, or I can do get the marks set up. Yeah. And do it
yeah,
that
yeah,
way.
yeah. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, and so
Course upload
Dip-
failed. Okay. Let's just finish.
Okay, we probably haven't got anything in it.
Finish. Okay. All right.
Okay, yeah, that seems to have come through. I think. Good. Okay.
Yep. Thanks for that.
Anything else?
No, I've got the app downloaded now, so I'll just wait for the tracking code and.
Okay, so I'll
Take it
send you
from
that
there.
when I get to my other computer, Ian, for Dacia. It may have gone to Ian. I don't think it went to Mike Beckett because I know Mike. I think it may have gone to Ian Klein.
Well, Ian hasn't got a smartphone, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Well, that could be a problem then. But okay, I'll have a look. Jeff gave me different names. I can't remember who was who now at the moment. I'll resend it to you.
Right.
Yeah, don't get it.
Thanks very much.
Okay,
Right.
and then if anyone's got any other questions, just get back to myself or James or whatever, and we can see if we can help. But as long as you got your black trackers on, we should be able to sort of retrospectively adjust things afterwards.
Fine. Okay.
That's the important thing, collecting the data off the boat, really. We can fiddle with the courses afterwards.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks
very
for your
much.
help.
Cheers.
Excellent.
Thanks, Rach. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye bye.